Let's talk about Woodrow Wilson. Seriously? You're gonna sleep on it? Alright. Bye-bye. Hang on a second. This feels nice. Alright guys, cue the intro. Woodrow Wilson. Ding ding ding. Woodrow Wilson. Reverse. The Great Correction. The Great President. Woo dong. So let me tell you guys something. Woodrow Wilson might not be the man you think you are. I mean, first of all, we could start this video off saying everything that he's great, like his accomplishments at the 28th presidency, being a wartime hero, being unimpeachable! Meaning he was peachable. Is that even a word? And also being the governor of New Jersey. Well, we can start off like that, but then we could start it in another way, saying that this guy was the worst president ever, being a brutal dictator, and probably thinking that he was supposed to be controlling everything. Not that that's good as being a wartime hero. And one of the people who made, well, the United States of America something else. So which one is it? Is it the great president? Or is it the worst president? Well, it's both. So I'd say it's the great or worst president. Well, let's find out. And just make your own opinion about it. Woodrow Wilson was born 3 days after Christmas of 1856, being 67 years old when he died, which is kind of old back then. His mother and father were both Confederates. I mean, yeah, his father worked in the Confederate Army during the Civil War, and then his mother was a British immigrant who had very Confederate ideas, so basically to say he was a racist. So we're seeing the worst part of his life right now. And eventually he was also told that whatever he was doing God's work, but which probably fueled his this has the proof for doing things his way, because he was doing God's work. And how do you convince someone not to do something who thinks that that is the order of God himself? And he had a good dose of politics, but that at an early age. There has been a lot of things to talk about. So this is him, and he went on to an education for Princeton University. He also went to Johns Hopkins University, where he got his Bachelor of Arts degree. And in Johns Hopkins University, he got his PhD. And at Princeton, he got his Bachelor of Arts, his BA. After getting his Bachelor of Arts, he became the 13th president. Wait. What? Of Princeton University, serving from October 25th of 1902 all the way until October 21st of 1910. Oh. I feel so stupid. What? Nothing. Click. Oh, come on. Click. Boom. Tap. White truly is my color. After serving his years as being a first taste of president, he became had been offered the candidacy, the Democratic Party's candidacy to become the governor of New Jersey. And he was like, alright, heck yeah, I'll do it. But then they're like, hey, this guy's easy. He's like soft and stuff, like he was a president of a university. I mean, this guy's probably gonna be easy to control. Alright, Governor. What? Here is your list of to-do stuff. This is orders from the Democratic Party. Now do them. Hey, I'm the governor. I'm higher than the Democratic Party. How about I don't? Okay, this is gonna be harder than I thought. I'm an independent man, oh Democratic Party. I won't listen to ya unless, well, there's something else, something about impeachment. Tick. Ah! What the heck did you just beep? So New Jersey gets a crash course on the good things that they can do on Woodrow Wilson and the bad things that they can't make Woodrow Wilson do. And also the bad part and the bad side of Woodrow Wilson. Well, after having done all this, he decided to go run for the presidency of the United States. He decided to go run for the presidency of the United States during his governorship. He took office 3 days after he left office from governor. He decided to try to become the 28th president of the United States of America. And the race was on. Lucky for him, Howard Taft and Theodore Roosevelt split the Republican vote. Well, given that there has been anything to do. So that gave Woodrow Wilson a great heading start, and was lucky for him, as now that the Republicans were, well, separated, he could become the first Democratic president since, well, before the Civil War. And this is going to be the first lady. They married in 1885. And they were happy together, living in the White House. And then World War I struck in 1914, right smack in the middle of his first term's presidency. And the next year, 1915, after a happy marriage of 30 years, Ellen died. And then Woodrow Wilson married this woman, Edith Billings, right after his first wife died. And Woodrow Wilson had World War I to worry about, so he had nothing to worry about in the next election of 1916, his 1916 election. He had nothing to worry about. He was basically unimpeachable and unelectable, meaning he was electable. That's definitely a word. So World War dragged on and on and on. And then during World War I did a speech of this. I tried the speech myself, and then he gave the 14-point speech. Here's a clip of me doing it.
The 14 points, delivered by Thomas Woodrow Wilson on January 8th of 1918, determine its own institutions and be assured of justice and fair dealing by every other people of the world as against.
Here we go.
1. Open covenants of peace, openly arrived at, after which there shall be no private international understandings of any kind, but diplomacy shall proceed always frankly and in the public view. 2.
Enough clips. So that is basically Woodrow Wilson's life. In the last final days of his life, after the Treaty of Versailles, Tuesday Congress refused to sign it. So Woodrow Wilson decided to go on and give out a campaign to pressure the American people, to pressure their representatives to sign it. And he worked so hard, and his heart was failing. So the stress of the campaign, plus the stress of World War I and making the Treaty of Versailles, probably inserted and gave him his death. He died of stroke. And he will thereby always be remembered for doing everything. He died on February 3rd. No, that's February 3rd of 1924. May he long be remembered as one of the greatest presidents, but we must also remember that he has his dark, racist side. Well, what do you think? Well, hope you guys enjoyed that episode. See you guys in the next one. Shanhan out. Peace.